Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ray from Lotus Blade, and I'm here to give you a little bit of in-depth look at the Creators Update number 1, which is a series of updates that will be released by Microsoft for Windows 10 and Xbox One. This is for the Xbox One. So if you want to see a Windows 10 Creators Update, I am not an insider for that. I'm an insider for, I'm a previewer for the Xbox One. So I'll be trying to bring as much in depth as I can. But if you want to see more in depth stuff, just drop a comment below, and yeah, we'll check that out. So anyway, first things first, this is the first creators update. I must put that out. This is also on preview, so it's not a stable build. Just to give feedback. So whatever you see here, take it with a grain of salt. Anything can change. So here's the first update. The first creators update number 1 basically is it has a new UI. It's a new dashboard. Everything looks great, mainly because I can see my wallpaper behind. This is the new UI. It's basically the same UI. It's just removed the big screen. So that's kind of cool. There's a new dash. Sorry, not dash. The guide. The new guide is basically if you press left, or if you press the guide button, then it's the Xbox Dual on the one controller, and this is basically the new guide. This sign in is right there, achievements are right there, parties, friends, the guide itself, messages, notifications, and settings. You might be thinking, okay, seems kind of same. They did change. The achievements are now the top, while parties are right below that, and then friends is right there, because when you enter the new guide, is the middle. You start off with the middle, which is friends, and messages are next, followed by notifications and party chats, achievements and settings, and lastly your profile, which I have multiple profiles, so I use multiple profiles to play games. So it's kind of, with I have more steps to go for. But other than that, I think it's quite fast. And then it's quite fast. But as one other thing, one thing good about it is you can from the guide you can see achievements, and you can also see leaderboard. But it's up to you. I mean, for me, I don't see leaderboard, so I just leave it at achievements. It's always been for me, like, if I want to see achievements, I see achievements. Now it's much easier to see achievements, so I actually bothered to see achievements. This achievement tracker I'm going to show you guys here in a bit, but basically everything else is pretty much the same thing. So anyway, I'm going to show you the achievement tracker, which is, let's go into Minecraft. As you can see, the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I'm going to zoom it in right now, is the achievement tracker. So basically the achievement tracker is something you can put on or turn off, and basically when you turn it on, this will be your first thing that you'll see where you want to place it. I usually place everything on the right or the left, or if it's a webcam, I place it on top right hand, which I don't do webcams usually because of my setup. But for me, yeah, and then you can put up to 5 achievements, 1 or 5. And then you can set transparency. I don't try to make it not too transparent, but also not a solid block. I do want to see what's at that corner, so I put it at 3. It's kind of good. And then basically, yeah, so you do something, and basically you can see, you getting the achievements. Much better than snapping back then, which I'll also go to snapping here in a bit. But one thing good about this thing is you can favorite a bunch of achievements, and they will actually be your top achievements that you want to get. So currently, let's say I favorited Cupid, and has become the master, right? So they are the top. So you can see mine, and now mine is also on the top. So these are the 3 achievements that I want to get. So those are the top. So this is good for like tracking your achievements or trying to get it, or recording gameplay and be like, okay, this is how you can get the achievement. Or you do a really long achievement and you're doing a live stream. It's pretty great to do this for achievement tracking. But usually it's just for guys who want to unlock achievements, or achievement hunting. which is it's one of the thing about that. And other thing is there's no snap, so if you want to stream for Twitch, it still snaps, but it doesn't break the screen. So it's like it just pops up to the right, but it's a bit weird. I don't know how to put it. It's a bit weird, but it's so much better than snapping. It's much faster, it's much smoother and all that. But like I said earlier, I said, me having to log into a different account, it takes forever. Well, not forever. It's definitely slower, right? It's definitely slower. But going back to dashboard is definitely slower also. Because back then you just press the jewel and you go back. Now if you press the jewel, you come here. You gotta press home. But the good side to it is, you go to my games and apps or store. But if you're like me who uses Cortana, I just go, hey Cortana, open this game. And basically that's me. That's how I work. I use everything digitally, and that's how I launch games. And another thing is, you might have noticed this every time I pop this out, is the new game DVR systems. Still, Y and X does record and screenshot. Y is screenshot, X is record. Now there's more recording options. Usually you had to do this in settings. You had to set this and be like, okay, that's basically what I'm gonna do every time I share something or record something in game DVR. Now there's also another new feature that says start recording. Recording started, you pop up. And basically what this doing is recording the gameplay in the background. There's no indication of how long this is on screen, but if you press the dashboard button, it shows a 10-minute limit, which is great. Honestly, it's one of the best things, because you can go to game DVR, xboxdvr.com to download the game clip. So it's pretty great. I'm just gonna cancel the recording, or you can also do this. Obviously, this is great. Start recording. That's great. Now, then you can press X to stop recording, and it will save. Or you can also do it this way. But cancel recording is always one way, so maybe they could improve that on maybe something else. Now, another thing which is very, very good for me especially is none of this, because I don't use any of this. I mean, the fact that this is so much faster is already great. It's actually making my game faster too. Like, I don't know how, but Minecraft is pretty broken, but it's good. One thing I really like is the fact that now updates is a completely different tab. So this is like one of the best things. Like, whenever you want to update, you can update it. It's no longer here, which is great. Gives a much more way to customize how you want to use your Xbox One. And then there's a new thing in here, which is, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think it's something to do with this thing right here. But I don't use Blu-ray, so that's not the thing I want to show you guys. The thing I want to show you guys is here, and this is this thing called co-pilot settings. Now, we always had these two, and there's always been in here. There's nothing else in here. But now there's these co-pilot settings. You might be thinking, what the hell is co-pilot settings? Co-pilot settings is when you have a second controller, right? When you have a second controller, and trust me, this is going to be great for people who record like two people playing one game kind of thing, is you turn on co-pilot and it says, okay, which controller you want to use, and then you press A on that controller, right? So now everything that I'm using on, let me go to Minecraft real quick, and basically now I'm using two controllers. Right now I'm actually using two controllers. I can drop one controller and I'll still be able to use the other controller. So that's one of the coolest things. And I know you might be thinking, hey, why wasn't he shooting live? Because I just don't have the proper setup right now, because I just got the update, so I just wanted to make an in-depth video on the new update. But basically I'm using two controllers, two hands. You might be thinking it's kind of weird to do that. It's really not. Like, it's actually making your hand much more like, you can stretch and play the game as intended, given you need to hold two controllers. And trust me, holding an Elite controller on one side is just not good. But that said, if you have like two 1S controllers or the normal standard controllers for the Xbox One, it's not bad. I mean, you're not only able to stretch and all that. Your left hand is basically LT D-pad with a view button and the left analog stick, while in your right hand is the right bumper, right trigger, the XB. What am I saying? ABYX, the right analog stick, and the menu button. So this really is like pretty great. And you basically you can control everything with just these two controllers because of how it's set up. And I want to show you guys the ease of use. If I were to turn it off, this is the best way to show in Minecraft. Why I chose Minecraft. This is the best way to show it off. And now I've turned off Copilot, right? Now I'm just using my Elite controller, right? This is just the Elite controller. Now I'm gonna use my 1S controller and look how it says join game. This is me. I'm not even kidding. Look at this. So that's what happens when you, and it, like it's like a different account. But that's basically how it is if you use Copilot. It's just two controllers acting as one controller. It's not two controllers as two separate controllers. It's two controllers as one. So not only is it good for doing all those type of videos where you play like a horror game, but two guys recording as one person. Not only is this good for that, but it's also good for people who can't hold one controller because of they have some kind of medical disabilities that they're not able to hold one controller. So this is great to split that into two. So like what is that called? Where they can I'm not sure what it's called. You can look this up, but basically it's like their hands constantly move. So that's kind of medical problems is basically why this Copilot thing is just good. And another reason why Copilot is also good is if you're stuck in a game, you could just plug in your controller and just help whoever you want to and just be done with it. So yeah, but going back to dashboard is kind of annoying. Doing this is just a bit slower, but again, make it up for being able to go to here, being able to go to store very easily. Well, couldn't do it for some reason, but yeah, going to store very easily. It just makes up for it. Your pins are right here, the recent is right here. It makes up for it. But yeah, other than that, this is just series 1. They'll be releasing more stuff for the update in the coming times. But I'm not sure if they will release this version to the public, but the preview people will be able to get more updates for the creator update, which will be beam streaming, Windows game mode. They'll be like specifically for PC, I think. Arena updates to Katana, like setting alarms and all that. Still not available here, which if you go to news.xbox.com, it says it is, but it's not. So this kind of sucks. But there's more stuff coming for the creators update. This is just the first of many updates. It's gonna come for previews. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. But if you guys want more in-depth stuff into upcoming updates on the previews, let me know what you want to see and all that kind of stuff, and I'll put it up for you. Hope you guys like and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video, next update video. See you guys. Take care. Bye bye.